The Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, The Challenge, Total Madness, Episode 5, Recap, MVPs, Fantasy Scoring. We got it all for you. Remember to smash that like button in the comment section. You tell me what your MVP for the episode is. Could be a person, could be a place, could be a moment, could be a thing. I don't know. Paul Shaughnessy's here. What's up?
I just snuck a little swig of coffee. I have it out of like this big like sports water bottle.
You can say Gatorade.
Can I?
You can.
All right. It's out of this big Gatorade bottle.
Pat Mayo Experience, not
But it like
sponsored by Gatorade.
When the coffee is hot, it makes this like little crackling noise, like of the hot air pressure trying to push its way through like the sports nozzle. So I was trying to be like discreet. I don't know if it picked up on the microphone. But I'm good. I'm good. Nothing's new. No, nothing.
Did you enjoy the episode?
Like, I mean, it wasn't like a big T episode like last week, but it was, I don't know. I didn't dislike it. I thought it felt a little bit more forced, maybe a little bit less necessary. There was a couple storylines that like, you know, we're starting to see come together. Obviously the Bear and Kayla. I shouldn't say versus Kayla.
It could be Bear versus Kayla at some point.
I mean, it could. That's definitely a possibility.
Well, like I said, mention your MVPs in the comment section if you're listening to the audio podcast, or even if you're watching the video. Subscribe to the Pat Mayo Experience audio podcast and give that a 5-star rating. Something you enjoy about the show as well. Helps people find the Pat Mayo Experience, the currency that we deal in.
We're in the likes business, people.
Yes, that's really
all
it.
we want you to do is like us.
It takes like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't actually care if you like it or not.
No.
I just care about the rating.
Yeah, you can say mean things about me. Just hit the like button.
Yeah, and leave the rating.
I mean, like, if I'm here to help fuel your rage, then I like that.
Then we're doing the job.
Yeah.
So, fantasy scoring for the episode. Josh is the big fantasy scorer. Last week, Smashley had like almost 300 fantasy points. Josh was the top end scorer this week with 92 fantasy points.
So it's kind of tells you the type of episode.
Wes has 76, Casey 51, Swagatha Christie 51, Jenny 47, Rogan 36, Bear 36, Jordan 32, Kayla 28, and Bananas 26 fantasy points.
All right, so I changed I'm coming right out of it. I've changed my stance on what you call Swagatha Christie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna call him C.
C?
He got my respect from like the bag drop, and then this one. We'll talk. Do you want to just roll right into that?
Whatever you want to jump into. I got my MVPs for later.
He seemed like the only person who like legitimately actually did it and won.
What do you mean?
Like they went through and did the numbers, and he actually seemed to be doing the math. The Anissa one for sure was a massive red flag. Like Fessy just pulls up to the thing, and he's just like, "Okay, go, run." It was 219 every single time. I think that C tipped off Bailey. That one I'm not as sure about. The Anissa one just looked so fake.
Well, I had a question too, because like after that group, like basically the Big Brother group, ended up finishing, and then Bailey's group was next. I thought she was gonna throw it, knowing that he had posted the better time, therefore their team couldn't win. He would automatically be inside the tribunal.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem like they're playing that game though. They should be, because that's what Jordan and Tori are doing.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they've had quite a bit of power already, which is good.
But they haven't used any of it.
No. I guess for Jay, the having the title or whatever, or having the skull has not been good for him.
Well, let's jump into that right away, because people are talking about everyone's playing a scared game. You keep throwing in Jay, da. This is the only logical move at this point, is to throw in Jay every single time.
Yeah.
You get to box out everyone from the final. And if you're it was perfect by Rogan. Now, Rogan's not going to get voted in every time because no one wants to face Rogan every single. And we don't even know if he wins or not. I'm assuming he wins because Jay could be dead.
Oh, Jay's done.
I hope this is the only cliffhanger of the season.
Season-ending injury right there.
He's just out?
Yeah.
Do you think he
I saw people on Twitter. Can I roll? I know this is like way out of order to how you usually like to structure it.
Okay.
Like, I saw people on Twitter being like, that's what bullying looks like to Rogan. Just like, no, this is why small guys don't last on the challenge. Because eventually they have you in a slobber knocker like that, and you're going up against a guy like Rogan who's twice your size, and he's going to break you.
Yeah, I think people took exception that after it was a very clean hit. Clean hit, and then he gave him the
that's I don't know.
Listen,
I played football, just like that's what you do.
I tend to agree, because the move is...
You get all jacked up and fired up.
Sure, but with Rogan, in this situation, it's like the old CT move. Just go and dominate someone with your physicality. And everyone else is like, ooh, I don't know if I want to face that guy. He might hurt me.
Yeah, he may break me.
Yeah, therefore I don't want to vote for him.
Yeah, therefore you go deep into the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rogan went in, did the job that he said he was going to do, and I am pretty much convinced that Jay's not getting up. In fairness to Jay, he had a very, very good run, and he proved himself to me, you, I think a lot of different people have a much higher
Opinion, yeah, he'll be
opinion
back.
of him. He was good. The game was just flipped completely against him. There's nothing he could do about it.
No, and
I feel bad for the guy getting injured, but yeah, this is what happens to small guys who go against these gargantuan dudes like Fessy or Rogan or CT or any of these guys. Like, it's not a fair game. And
no, especially when that's the one. It was like when Laurel faced Cara Maria in this exact same one, and Laura just dummied her.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah,
You're twice the size of someone else.
You drew a bad matchup.
Yeah. So the whole thing with throwing in Jay every single time is, it's not necessarily that Jay is a bad competitor. It's just in the pantheon of the house, he's one of the worst.
He's just small.
Yeah. And therefore you can have an advantage on
I
him.
think pound for pound, the guy's actually pretty impressive.
Sure, but unfortunately there's no challenge flyweight division.
Exactly. 100%.
So he gets the 2 wins. That's great. But what is the point of not voting him in now? Just send him in every time until he goes home. And then maybe it's 1v1. Like, if CT had beat Jay last week, people were not going to vote in CT because no one wanted to face CT. But everyone feels pretty comfortable, regardless of what it is, to face Jay. So I think that makes the most sense. It's just weird, like playing a scared game. Like, no, they're playing a smart game. This is smart. Go after the weaker guy. The biggest blunder. If I had to ask you what the biggest blunder of this entire episode was, what would you say it was?
Wow, put me on the spot in 2 seconds to talk about the
Because there's one very obvious thing in this episode that blew my mind. And it was such a bad episode for this guy, and this was the worst part of it. So the LVP of the episode is Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Bad.
Oh, well, you tell me what your whatever it was is.
So maybe it's because, and Wes kind of laid it out perfectly versus Josh. Like, I'm not concerned about getting rid of you, pal. You're like, you're terrible. Don't worry about it. Like, I'm not coming after you. And Josh is just angling to be like Wes's partner on like the next Rivals.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Which
Wes
is like smart, but it's not working.
But Wes also wants no part of that. That's why Wes goes after like Jordan.
Yeah, of course.
But Josh not throwing himself into that elimination after seeing what it was, what other elimination is going to be better for him against a better opponent?
No.
He's bigger than Rogan is. There's no way Jay's beating him at that. No, I mean, maybe, let me scale that back. Josh doesn't have the intensity and brute force that Rogan does. I think Rogan's like an ex-rugby player or something like that. And Lord knows, Josh could be a professional crier for all I know. But just the size advantage alone in a Powerball type game, like, you need to throw yourself in there. I don't care if Jay's your friend. This is the best elimination shot you're gonna have. Now, you might win one down the line. Josh could win an elimination. Who knows? But this one is gonna be an easy one for him.
He didn't even show up in clothing ready to go.
But how does that not occur to you?
How do any of these guys not show up in clothing ready to go?
I get the first episode when they didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
But now you know.
Yeah, I don't get that. C also showed up not ready.
He's a lot smaller than I thought he was.
I thought he was taller than I thought he was.
I
saw him standing next to like Jordan and.
Yeah, but Jordan's like my size.
Yeah, I know, but he's considerably taller than Jordan. He was like Wes's height.
I'd say
skinny.
So he's like 6 foot, 6'1".
Yeah,
but he's
I would
skinny.
say.
Like, I don't know that he would have an overwhelming. Like, he would be stronger than Jay.
I'm just saying.
But he does. But like Josh is huge.
I'm just saying, if you're in the challenge, and Jay's out there, the sacrificial lamb, you show up with your lunch pail. You show up ready to work. If you decide not to do it the last second, that's fine. You show up in your Under Armour,
At least make it seem like you might go
fit
in.
or millennial fit pants and all that stuff.
I like TJ calling him out. Be like, I wish I could go down there. Then come down here.
Yeah.
Like, don't say that part of it.
Yeah.
Because
Also,
Well, the problem with Swagatha is if he takes out Jay, he just becomes the new Jay and he goes in every time.
Yeah.
So I get the reason why he wouldn't necessarily want to go in because he would just become the new sacrificial lamb. At least Josh has enough like clout within the house, and he's a weird size that some of the other guys might not see him. Like because of Jay's size, he's a layup in something like this.
Yeah.
Josh wouldn't be.
I think Josh may kind of think, and probably right, is if I get Jay's red skull, I just end up becoming Jay. And that's probably true.
I think that would be the case for Chris, not necessarily the case for Jay, or not necessarily the case for Josh. Just because, I mean, Josh is, I don't know, him and Bear and Swagatha, probably the three worst. And like Bananas thrown into that mix.
Yeah.
Because Rogan looked, it's hard to tell if Rogan looks good or not. He's been good at the dailies so far, and like
No, Rogan's good.
kicks the shit out of Jay, which is
Rogan's jacked, man.
He is pretty jacked.
Like when he wears that, like this is gonna sound hashtag no homo or whatever, but like he looks real stacked when he wears that like gray sweater. You're just like, that dude's jacked. Underneath that sweater, that dude, take off your shirt.
Yeah, but sometimes you get into the case of where someone's like very jacked, they have a lot of like fluff muscle. And Rogan is a professional stripper.
Yeah.
So maybe he has had fluff muscle. It does seem like he's quite strong. Like Jordan.
No,
I
think he proved. Yeah.
Someone like Jordan is a lot stronger than they physically look.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you Fessy's probably the strongest person in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not even like, he's jacked, but he's not like.
He's not ripped jacked.
Yeah, he's just big.
Yeah. That's a body type and like.
That's an athlete type.
Body
Jordan
type and
has
lifestyle.
Jordan has like the littler person version of the Fessy body.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna go up and like look like the most cut person on earth, but he's not too concerned about that.
No.
I would think. So yeah, Josh not voting himself in is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I never even thought Josh was gonna like. That's the problem.
I didn't think he was going to either, but once you saw what it was, why not go for it?
Yeah, this is your opportunity to get a skull.
And maybe that part, and maybe the part about getting the skull is overrated. Maybe you can wait because it's not like they're going to be like, well, there's only one person running the final.
Imagine.
That's not going to happen.
No, I know.
And you have to know that being on this show.
Yeah, at some point, if they continue to do the one, like you figure that they're going to have like 2 red skulls that go out in like a challenge or something like that.
Yeah, or they have to have like a purge challenge where if you win it, you get a red skull. If no one has them by the end of it. But I don't know. Bad look for Josh. Overall.
The other bad look is Jordan's clothing.
Simple Jack?
At this point. Oh my God. I sent you that one picture.
It was pretty bad.
He's got like a full out bowl cut. He's got these overalls. I'm sure the picture's up right now. Hopefully we remember this. He's got the overalls. It looks like he's got like a chip in his tooth.
You're saying that he looks like Jim Carrey.
He literally watched Zoolander and he stole the derelict.
So he stole the clothes from Zoolander and he's going for the Lloyd Christmas Dumb and Dumber look.
And then there's like the other one where he's like his shirt looks like someone like got a batch of Kool-Aid and just dumped it on like a white Kool-Aid. Maybe people are thinking like, okay, boomer, you're wearing a blue shirt. And like, yeah, I have absolutely no sense of style. That's fine. But like, I'm able to look at something and be like, that's whack. Right?
It's a lot. I'm all for it. As someone who has ridiculous style to begin with, not so much on this show, but in real life.
I'm looking at a collection of Pat Mayo shirts. And yes, you do have a bit of an eclectic style. But like, at least your shirts look clean. They don't have holes in them.
If that's part of his style, that's his move. I don't really care how anyone dresses.
Why would you intentionally want to dress like you're homeless?
That's his style. That's what he's selling.
Maybe I'm having a boomer moment.
I think
now.
so.
I just don't get it.
I guess so. You're having a boomer moment by being a millennial?
I feel like I am not a millennial.
You are a millennial.
I am by years, yes.
Yes,
but like
I mean, there's strict definitions of age ranges of this stuff.
Sure, but like I think being the millennial culture has a lot to do with when you had a cell phone. It's like I did not have a cell phone throughout high school. My first time having it was second year university. It's like, and when I got that, it was like a flip phone. Like you couldn't take pictures. It was like none of that type of culture. Social media was not nearly what it was.
No,
what it is now.
There was no. I mean, I don't think I had. I think
I had Facebook in like second year university.
Yeah, it didn't come along until like 2005, 2006. But either way, the first phone I had was like one of those like little Nokia brick phones. You put a snake on it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And texting was
I had something like that.
Texting wasn't really a thing, and then when texting first was a thing, it was that like
the triple,
the T9,
like 111, 222, 333.
It was awful.
Yeah. It's brutal.
I'm glad technology has come along.
But yeah, I think the fact that like going through high school, not having things videotaped and recorded and all these pictures and sharing.
You're
it's
just
like,
a self-loathing millennial. Just get over it. You're worse than Tim.
oh, come on. What?
Yeah.
What?
Just embrace it.
I'm not a millennial.
Okay.
Don't tell me what I am. No, but I know I am by years, but like I don't think I am by mentality.
Because the only there's not a lot of millennials on this show.
They would be Gen X, is that, or what's this? What's this
No,
next?
Gen Z.
Gen Z. I don't know. I can't.
Like
keep up with
Bananas
shit.
would be a millennial.
Bananas. Nani.
Nani's
like
Wes.
like around our age, I think.
Yeah. Jordan, maybe. I have no idea how old Jordan is. Smashley would be.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just younger. Just have to think. Sometimes you're just older than everyone else. What they wear and what they are up to just looks weird to you.
Yeah, how old is Jordan? I didn't bring my phone with. Oh, I do have my phone. I can look it up.
You-
I can effort this.
I'm going to say Jordan is 27,
I was gonna say like 29.
28. That would be my guess.
I was gonna say 29.
I can't remember how long Real World Portland was, but I think he was like 21 on that show.
If he's over 30, are you on board with me?
I don't
That like the clothes
I don't
are
care.
ridiculous?
I don't care what he does and what he wears.
So
That's it's fine with me. He can dress however he wants and have a ridiculous haircut. He said it can't stop you from making fun of that clothes.
Yeah,
That's
no,
fine.
no, okay.
But he can do whatever the fuck he wants. I'm going to go with my MVPs here for the episode. Rogan's hit comes in at number 5.
Yeah, it's one of those unlucky type of hits. Like
Yeah, he fell poorly.
yeah, like it wasn't like, and that's why I couldn't understand like people saying that like he was a bully for doing it. It's just, like,
That is a distinct.
wrong with
that's
people?
a distinct thing that I feel like unfairly gets put onto millennials. This like, oh, you can't bully anyone. That's not millennials. That's like the next one down.
Oh, okay.
That's like Gen Z.
He's 29.
29.
Birthday September 15th.
Sneaking up on the
From
dirty 30.
Mustang, Oklahoma.
I knew he was from Oklahoma. Yeah, I think he went to Oklahoma State. Or one of those. Anyway, Rogan's hit. 2 things that Jay did very poorly in this elimination. 1,
I know.
don't stop. Rogan even said, like, what are you doing, man? Like, the move is if you're the smaller person and there's like a big circle, run around the circle. Just start running in circles along the outside and like find the spot to cut in and go for it. Because presumably you're faster than Rogan, or at least more agile than Rogan. 2, the ball is on fire. And if you looked at Rogan, he had his mask pulled down for whatever reason, like exposing. Run at him in the fucking face with the fire and see if he gets out of the way.
All right, that's like,
I don't know if there's a rule against that, but that's number 1. Because he would get out of the way.
I don't know.
Or at least put your fucking mask on.
I don't know. I don't know how they feel about. I don't know if I think you can say that I would like try to put fire on somebody's face up until the moment. Like I don't know if Jay doesn't seem like the guy who has that in him to do that.
Listen, Rogan's there to hurt you.
I mean, he shoved his helmet into the mud, but he didn't like shove the flaming ball into his head.
But
the
again,
mud.
if you're Jay, you need to find any sort of way to do this.
Yeah. I know exactly where we used to do the tunnel of love, we used to call it back in high school. And you know, that's like coaches would basically
It's the Oklahoma drill.
yeah, they would tap your shoulder basically and you'd run around and you meet in the center. It's just like, yeah, Jay had the I've never been in a tunnel of love type of he kind of like propped himself up as he was entering. It's just like, oh no, this guy's gonna get absolutely dummied. And he did.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're going to go
Low
with
center of gravity is the key.
it is, and not being flat-footed is also the key. Because even if you don't get around him, if you get hit, it's not really going to hurt all that much.
Yeah.
Although it was like a sweeping tackle from Rogan. Good form from Rogan on that. Number 2, Jordan's sausage. He was just shoving in Wes's face. That's number 4 MVP for the episode.
Fair.
Number 3, Jenna's running, which I thought was high comedy. And I enjoyed that Nelson really went into it. And even to throw along with that, Corey not knowing where the bomb was.
That was that was a key moment for me.
It screwed me. I had 3 people on that team on my fantasy team. It just
Yikes.
flipped that around. I'm doing great for this episode. Number 2, Kayla's face coming out of the bathroom, not realizing that there were cameras around.
Yeah.
How do you not know there's cameras? There's cameras
in that
everywhere.
house, in that bunker, you know that they have a camera in every nook and cranny. There's not a room that you're safe. You may have not located the camera yet, but you're not safe.
Number 1 MVP of the episode, Bear's boner in those sweatpants.
Yeah, that Johnny. You see Johnny's
I
tweet?
didn't see Johnny point that out. I noticed it when I was watching.
What did he write?
And when Bear was walking out of the room, he had his hand in his pocket, like puffing out his pants, just so you couldn't see it. It was great.
Bear just like no shame, just I'm gonna steal your girlfriend.
I like it.
He's like, I have a girl.
I like it a
I have
lot.
a girl. Oh, his discussion with Wes. I have a girlfriend too. Or no, he's talking to Kayla. I have a girlfriend. I have a girlfriend back at home too. She's like, well, why haven't you called her? And he's like, I like somebody else more in the house. Yeah, Bananas had a nice little.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Yeah, whatever.
You're just gonna show me the phone?
No.
I mean, I watched the episode.
No, he tweets too much. I can't sort.
I'm sure I saw it. If I saw it in the episode, I'm sure it's the same thing that Bananas saw.
Yeah. He screen grabbed it and Bear had a little quote tweet of Bananas tweet. It was funny. It was a funny little engagement. Bear had no shame. He just went. He
Bear
actually
has no
He
shame.
claimed that there was a hand in the pocket that you didn't see.
He did have his hand in his pocket when he was walking out, trying to hide it.
Oh, okay.
But that was a
a
different scene, though.
Maybe that's what he said. He's like, hence the hand in the pocket or something. I don't know. Whatever. Move on.
First thing I noticed when that was happening. So at the beginning of the episode, we get that. Then we get Wes versus Jordan. Apparently, because Rob sent us the tweet that Wes put out that Jordan tried to throw orange juice in Wes's face. That's why there's orange juice all over the table. And that's why Wes was actually so upset.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that makes more sense. But he said the cameras didn't catch it.
Mm.
So that's tough to do.
Big mistake by Josh.
Josh.
If you're gonna
Jordan.
Oh, but sorry, big mistake by Jordan. Oh, I got confused that it was Josh. When Rob sent us that message, I didn't read it too closely.
Oh.
I got confused that it was Josh, and then hence why he went so hard at Josh and made Josh feel bad.
I mean, making Josh feel bad isn't super difficult.
No, very easy. Very, very easy.
And just Wes, and even Swagatha even caught on to it right away. He's like, you're doing exactly what he wants you to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're an idiot.
Yep.
I mean, Josh, he has plans, I think. He says he has plans.
I mean, on top of that, just like he doesn't even, you know that the other three people, you guys have already decided on it, you might as well just fire your shot at Wes anyway. Like,
yeah, why
at
not?
that point, you're enemies. You've proven that you want to be enemies. Don't keel back and be like, I'm gonna send Rogan in because that's what we're supposed to do. Okay, so orange juice with Jordan.
Yeah, when Wes ran up to Jordan after their like turf battle.
Mm-hmm. All these victories maybe getting to Jordan's head.
Maybe. We're not getting a lot of Jordan. He's getting very bad at it.
Do you think some of the stains on Jordan's shirt
Are from orange juice?
Are from the orange juice then?
Potentially. I don't know if they have
We'll
laundry
see if there's
in the
a
bunker.
second layer of stain on that shirt.
But Wes with the dagger, don't talk to me like you talk to your wife. That's a brutal line.
That is, especially when there's like seemingly a full room of people. Like that is
including her.
She was right there. Right there saying it out loud. Like them's are fighting words, I would say. I mean, they're not gonna fight, of course, but like in other social situations, that's when like dudes just like throw down.
Did you find it strange that Wes went to Bananas for advice and Bananas gave him good advice?
No, they're on the team. They're on the same team.
I know,
this
it
year.
just seems so weird. It feels like one of them is going to screw the other
yeah,
one very soon.
That's happening right now.
But
you don't know when it's going to get released.
This is really turning out well for Bananas because everyone's on Wes's ass. No one's even talking about Bananas at this point.
Our boy Garion's got Wes and Bananas on his team.
That is sneaky.
That is
I didn't even
sneaky
think about doing
because
that.
if they are together the whole way, like the ownership of that stack, I think, because they were so expensive, has got to be next to nothing.
And I would not. I have Bananas. But
Yeah, I have
if
Bananas
If
too.
I was going to take anyone else with them, I would have taken Jordan.
Yeah,
because I figured Jordan's still the favorite to win this game. I would think.
I don't think so. I don't like his chances this year.
Why though?
I just think the whole house hates him this year. He's got that.
Oh, the whole house hated him last year. He won it every time and won.
I think
He's
I know,
eight
but
and 1 in eliminations.
with every season that goes by.
There is one person, like they have to strategically do this, and they need to make it work for
But you
them.
didn't take Jordan on your team.
I don't have Jordan on my team now
Okay, then why didn't you go for him?
because I wanted Bananas.
Then why, if he's still the favorite, then why wouldn't you want the favorite on your team?
Yeah, but he doesn't do anything. I learned that last year. I had Jordan on my team. He won and came like 8th in points.
Yeah, fair.
And I would figure that people didn't want to throw him in this time. Or I didn't know what the format
He
was
just
going to
doesn't
be.
seem to have anybody voting on his side this year.
He
doesn't seem to be aligned with anybody.
But he's never been really aligned with anyone. He just kind of does what he does. It's a lot like he's sort of like the asshole version of Landon back in the day. Landon never had alliances. People were just like, well, I don't want to go up against that guy.
Yeah.
So what they have to do, and Wes needs to get behind this, and Wes probably needs to be in the tribunal to do it, is you rally the House to vote for Jordan, and then you throw Fessy in against him.
Yeah.
That you have to get Fessy in against Jordan. That is basically your only out.
To see how good this Fessy guy is.
Sure, but like just based on size alone, he strikes me as the only person who can beat him, unless it's like a trivia competition.
Yeah.
Which, if you show up and it's a physical thing, Fessy's going to beat Jordan. At least you would think, based on size.
if they got matched up in the thing last night, Fessy beats Jordan.
Yes. So
I think that matchup, that thing last night, may be one of the worst things Jordan could ever do. Holding that ball with his hand
with only one hand, yeah.
Especially when that ball's on fire, so now you can't just like wrap it around, like you can't hug it, you got to hold it.
Yeah.
So you're not burning yourself. Like he would have been fucked.
Well, if it's on fire, that actually makes it easier for him because the other person can't wrap it either. Everyone's on his level at that point.
Yeah, but at least you can get two palms wedging it properly.
Yeah, but he knows how to
properly
he can manipulate his other hand. He's done it in everything else.
He
won a fucking tug of war with one arm. I think he can hold the ball with one hand.
We'll see. We'll see. I'd like to see him try.
But they have to gear Fessy to go in against Jordan.
Yeah.
It'll take
those Big Brother people, they're a rival faction, the Bananas, right? At this point?
I don't even know. I don't know like what really the factions are because like Corey Nelson was talking about
like Fessy, Bailey, and C are together.
Is Fessy with them?
Yeah, they were friends they were together on Big Brother.
But is Casey with them?
Casey is not with them. They were not friends on Big Brother either. That's what people have told me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's only 3 of them. Like that's
so yeah, Casey ended up winning the season. They were on the season, but they were on a rival faction to Casey.
Okay. So Casey could be with like Bananas and Wes and D and Jenny.
Fessy, Bailey, C, they're all together.
Nelson and Corey are together.
Nelson and Corey. And then it's
Kayla, Jenna, and Nani, they're good for votes. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not doing anything else. And Bear and Kyle seem to be together. And Rogan.
Yeah.
And Tori is somehow mixed into all of this too.
I mean, Tori and Jordan just play their own game.
Nah, Tori seems to like want to intermix with people.
Yeah. She's tried to intermingle with D, but like D and Wes. Do you think Wes had a conversation with Bananas first or with D first?
Oh, with D first.
Yeah. So D's is number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's been his number 1 since she showed up on the show.
But then her number 1 is Jenny.
Girl-wise. And she'll say it's Rogan, but it's actually Wes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the move. We're getting a lot of D, a lot of Rogan still.
See, here's my thought.
Does that lead you to believe that they're going to go home?
I think Tori and Jordan, yeah. If you believe in the Wes and D and that side going through, like you got to think that they're going to start targeting Jordan.
They have to go. Like Wes knows you have to go after Jordan, or Jordan is going to win.
Yep.
If you don't go after him, like they tried last year, they just couldn't get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to keep trying.
Yep.
That's really it.
Yeah.
Not a ton. I like the challenge this week. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
the mission.
Was cool. Obviously, the big problem was at the same number. Like I'm convinced that a couple of those.
But the end wasn't near the people who were starting. Like the people who would finish were like at the very end, and the people who were starting were still at the very beginning.
Yeah, but just knowing the number.
Yeah, well, what does it matter if they know the number? Are they yelling it out from
tell it to
a
the
mile?
other teams.
You can't tell it to the other teams because you're not near them.
After you're done,
you stand by the finish line, and everyone who hasn't gone yet is all by the beginning. So you're not near each other. You can't talk.
It seemed like Anissa just already knew the number before Fessy even got there.
I mean, that's very plausible. It wasn't difficult math.
No.
It's not like they were doing calculus.
It wasn't difficult math. Ask Bear. And yeah, why was Bear?
Bear just wasn't listening to what Bananas was telling him and missed the numbers.
Bear shouldn't have been in charge of anything.
Did Bear just talk himself into...
Yes, 100% Bear.
Listen, love, I could do this.
Grade 10 mathematics, I was the bee's knees. Whatever. He talked himself up, obviously, into this position of importance. And failed miserably.
Hey, it was a very easy division times 10, which is super easy. The only hard part was plus 56, because minus 7 shouldn't be too tricky for you. But that's something you should probably calculate in like max 20 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. The way I watched the tape, something looked fishy, especially with the Anissa exchange. Maybe go back, watch the tape. I'm telling you, something was up there.
Sure, but you could have it done by the time the person got there. They're telling you what it is.
You'd be like, he arrived, and like she was just standing there, and he's just like, go, go, go. It's like there was no, like, hey, I'm done. It was just like, or maybe I have to watch again. Either way, we're spending too much time on it.
It seems like
The other team won, so it doesn't even matter.
it seems like you have a conspiracy. Like Corey's team would have won if Corey just put the fucking things in.
Yeah.
Was that team?
What?
Was that the Corey team with Anissa on it, or was that Bananas team?
It's Bananas team with no.
Was it Bananas, Corey? Can't remember who the teams were.
Fessy, Anissa. Whatever.
They should be allowed to pick the teams. I don't like this random generated team. Like if you win, if you're like the tribunal and you won the last one, you should get to set the teams in the order that the teams go in. That used to be a big part of this. Now you can't do it. Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
Yeah, the teams seem really weird.
And I just don't.
I mean, I get it seems like it probably is a random draw though.
Or the producers are like, let's set this up so it's like balanced,
Mm-hmm.
or to give us as much drama as possible. And that's really all I got.
Yeah.
Nothing more. You think this is gonna be the only cliffhanger of the season?
No, God no. They love doing this
They
shit.
didn't do any last year.
They didn't do any?
They might have done one, because they did that one season where it was all cliffhangers, and people got legitimately upset about it.
Yeah, that was the season with Josh died. Like we were like, is Josh dead? And then Josh was like, or not Josh, Zach.
Yeah.
Zach when he was in the river or whatever, and you're like, everyone's like, oh my God, is
No,
Zach dead?
that was years ago.
I know.
That wasn't the season where there was a bunch of cliffhangers.
There was a lot of cliffhangers that season.
That was
I
on
think, too.
Free Agents.
Yeah.
No, it was Vendettas or
Yeah.
Final Reckoning.
Okay, well,
One of those two.
the cliffhanger stuff is horrible. I
can do one or two a year. At least this one, it leaves you off with like, oh my God, is he hurt or not?
He's dead. It's over.
Do you think that he will try to get up and go in again?
I think the medical team's gonna come in and take him away.
They give him the WWE like X. Like,
Mhm.
you got to get out of here.
Which, like, at his price, he's done pretty well. Like, you probably, I don't know. It would be interesting to see how much points other teams get. I mean, if he's your last man in, he probably got like 400 or so points or something.
If you actually want to win, you can't have him, though, is the thing. Because you need your person to keep going.
Yeah.
You need to have.
You're going to have the 6 of 6, I guess.
You don't need to
Or-
necessarily have the 6 of 6, but you need like. You need your people to be on at least 10 episodes each, and you need to have the winner and like 4 people in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be the
I
blueprint.
need Mel to get going.
Yeah. DJ Mel Reeves is not doing well for us
She
here.
is
But
non-existent.
I like that like she's not even getting like FaceTime at all. Like she's just kind of sliding by.
Like literally doing you wouldn't even know she's there. Maddie's getting Maddie, they're starting to weave her in a little bit, but she's been pretty non-existent as well.
I can't tell if it's just they're not showing her because she's too boring, or they're not showing her because they're saving her for because she does well or something.
I mean, yeah, Jenny's not getting very much. Jenny never does though.
Wait,
It's like
but Jenny
just goes in there, Terminator style, usually wins in eliminations, and that's all you really see from her for a few episodes.
Yeah, Casey appears to be that type of person too.
Mm-hmm.
Or she's just going to go in and be good at challenges and just kind of hang back. She's not going to have like crippling mental breakdowns in the house like other people do.
Sorry, yeah. So Wes and D are coming after your boy Jordan. That's gonna happen.
They should go after.
That means Tori too. Tori's trying to like be on D's side, but D's on Wes' side, so you know how that all works out.
Yeah. So next
They
week,
got to go after him. I think they're gonna go after him very soon.
I wonder.
We're getting a lot of Jordan tape.
We're getting more and more Jordan. It's not good.
No.
There's nothing like positive about Jordan. And even in the next episode on, like next week on the challenge, it's just Jordan yelling at Bailey for like screwing something up. Jordan just likes yelling at people. I get
He
it.
really does.
Apparently, like he's not a terrible person outside of the house. This is just how he chooses to act while he's on TV.
I mean, it's worked for him.
Yeah. I mean,
People are scared of him.
you can't.
People are scared of getting into conflict.
Well, he's doing exactly what Wes did 10 years ago. Like he's exactly what Wes was, but he's better than Wes was, is the thing.
And then every once in a while, you meet a guy like Turbo who actually probably just wants to kill you. Though.
Yes.
Like they can't. I don't know if they can let Turbo. Turbo would absolutely kill him.
I don't think you could have Turbo in, especially like in this bunker. He'd just be a crazy person.
It's very possible, yes.
But Jordan can only get away with this attitude for so long, just being a gigantic asshole. You have to keep winning.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden like you don't win 3 seasons in a row, you can't act like this anymore. So that's what happened to Wes.
And then he came back kind of with like a more nice guy.
Not necessarily nice guy, but like
agreeable,
more fun.
Yeah.
And he's still fun on this season.
He focuses a lot more on the politics now than he used to.
Yeah, he used to just go and try to win.
Yeah.
Low man on the totem pole next week. Low woman on the totem pole next week. How do you think it shakes down? Who gets thrown in for the females? Because Dee and Jenny already have their red skull. And no one wants to go against Jenny. So people need to start making moves. And Tori like desperately wants to go in. I think if they can rig it, if Jordan ends up like winning, get Tori to go in against your girl, Big T.
It's possible.
It feels like she's being saved as the one that like the good people want to go against. So they actually have to have a real competition.
I don't know if Jordan has any power is the problem.
If he has to win, he has to be in tribunal.
But he'd need to get 2 of 3 votes in that tribunal.
Well, it does seem that Jenna,
or at least sometimes they did 5 that one week, right?
Jenna, Kayla, and Nani might be on Team Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more votes for you. So if you just end up with Jenna in or with Nani in, you can do whatever. Like, what is Nani going to do? Like, her move is to go against Big T, because that's like someone potentially on her level. Like, that's it.
Yeah, the problem, yeah.
Like, not because if it's not Big
Nani's move to get the red skull is to go in against Big T.
Yeah, because if it's not,
she's not going to want to go in against. She's not going to want to at least go in against one of her friends.
Well, not even that. It's just all the other girls in the house. If they haven't put aside Big T as the easy one to face, they put aside Nani as the easy one to face. I think Nani has the most. I guess Anissa would have the most elimination losses of all time, but she also has a lot of elimination wins. I think Nani has like the worst record of all time in eliminations. I think she's like 1-9 or something.
Yeah, she's not great.
No. Although that one wasn't her fault. The one from War of the Worlds 1 when Wes had to tie her off and just didn't do a good job. But Turbo did on the other side.
And was she with Bananas against Leroy with the log challenge?
Yeah, Bananas didn't even get to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Nani was so bad at it and Leroy was so good at it.
Mm-hmm. It was Nani. Who was Leroy? It was
Naya.
Hurricane Naya.
Not allowed back on the show, Hurricane Naya.
Because of Jordan.
Sexually assaulting Jordan.
Yep.
That is correct. She also was like, she was a fun character, not a real great person.
No, she seemed a little bit evil.
Seemed a bit mad.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of forgot about her.
I remember when she was like a late replacement on Real World Portland, and she came in as Hurricane Naya. And she kept getting into fights with Johnny Riley and Avery. And like, I can't remember who tried to kick the dog, if it was her or if it was someone else. Because Avery had a dog that was shitting everywhere. And I think Naya didn't like that. Might have been Jordan, though, that didn't like it. He's a clean freak.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to have to go fix the turf after it's done. Because you're ruining it. Stop ruining it. He just wants to be left alone.
Does he, though?
I think so.
No, he injects himself into issues.
He didn't want to see the turf get roughed up.
Yeah, but there's a way to talk to people.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to do that.
That's his problem.
Well, he does know how to do it. He just knows what the preferable way for TV to talk to people is. Antagonistically.
He may be like that in real life.
I don't think so. No one seems to
There's
have...
a way to like nicely be like, hey guys, let's make sure we fix
That's
it.
not good for TV. It's a lot like people used to hate Wes on the show, but people used to be friends with Wes outside of the show.
Yeah.
That there's a way to do it when you're on TV to make sure that you get screen time. Like that's a part of it.
Yeah,
or you don't
fair.
get invited back.
It's true.
Like sometimes you can be as good as you want. If you're not good TV.
And Jordan knows his character, is what you're saying. Is that he
he's
knows
an asshole.
He knows that
He even said, yeah, I'm an asshole.
Yeah, you see it in any sort of, you see it in like MMA, you see it in any sort of individual sport where it's just like, you have to know what or professional wrestling's the best example, right? It's like Ronda Rousey, it's like when they brought her over to WWE. It's like she tried to be like the baby face or whatever.
Didn't work.
It's just like, no, people kind of already had made their impression about Ronda Rousey before. It's like, you're not going to flip the people at this point. Just embrace the fact that you're the heel. And people, as long as they care, that's all that matters.
So Fessy versus Jordan.
Yeah, I think we've been calling for this from like week 2. We've been like, and they've been angling for it, right?
Wes wants to set it up.
Like they've been angling it with Jordan talking about me keeping up with Fessy. Like they've been giving us little snippets along the way that this is maybe the guy to take out Jordan.
I'm glad you brought that up because as soon as it was announced that Josh's team had won the tribunal, they're like, "Oh, I'm going to vote in Wes." It's like they cut to people like who they might go in. It was Wes, Rogan, Jay, and someone else. And Nelson were the 4 people that they cut to right away. So and I think the first person they cut to was Jay.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're just very much telegraphing through the editing what's happening.
Yeah.
If you want to pay attention to that. I try not to pay attention to it. Sometimes it's like in your face though.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That'll do it. MMA's back next week.
Tis. There's supposed to be 3 episodes or 3 fight cards in 8 days, but like,
let's have one first.
Exactly.
Let's have one, and we'll see how that goes. Let's
haven't
just have
decided.
it happen.
Haven't decided what day we're gonna do it. May do it a little bit earlier in the week.
Tuesday?
Yeah, something like that.
Is it still UFC 249?
Yeah. Just because, like, I don't know. For instance, last time we did this, the episode lasted for about 24 hours, maybe not even.
I didn't think it made it a day before it was canceled.
And then it was canceled. So,
but now they're in Florida, so things are like all bets are off. Like you're good to go. The governor's not canceling it.
It feels like it's probably good to go. But all it takes is one call from whoever the high up exec is at Disney these days.
Iger.
He resigned.
No, he's still there.
Didn't he? I'm pretty sure.
He's gone at the end of the year, I believe.
Okay, well, he set himself up for resigning.
Yeah.
I feel like whatever. Yeah. So like, obviously things can change. So hopefully the UFC goes through, so we can bet on it and watch it and do something with.
Play some DraftKings. It'll be fun.
Play some DraftKings.
Have some actual sports content to watch.
Absolutely.
That'd be nice.
But if
all we got is the challenge right now.
But if it gets canceled, it is what it is. But hopefully it's back.
But look forward to UFC shows next week. Maybe 3 in the next 2 weeks. Who knows? But you can follow Paul on Twitter at Paul Shag. You can follow me at the PME. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I did a show with Ashley Docking 2 days ago. You can check it out on the feed. The best reality TV character bracket from The Ringer. We broke that down, made our picks for it. So I highly recommend that you at least download the show if you want to listen to it. That's all on you. Remember to download it. Need those numbers. Prop them up, just like you can do if you rate the show 5 stars and leave something you enjoy about the show, coax people into watching it, and smash the like button for the video and tell me in the comment section what your MVP was for episode 5 of The Challenge Total Madness. That'll do it for me. I'm Pat Mayo. I'll see you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience! Experience!